For some, a music festival, a busy shopping mall, or a packed subway station is a source of excitement and energy. But for others, these places feel like a battleground for the senses. If you have ever walked into a crowded room and immediately felt an overwhelming urge to find the nearest exit, you aren't just antisocial. Your brain is actually processing the world on a different frequency. Why do some of us feel a deep sense of dread in crowded places? Is it a social phobia, or is it a sign of a highly tuned nervous system? Today, we are exploring the deep psychology of crowd aversion. We will discuss sensory processing sensitivity, the loss of personal autonomy, and why your need for space is actually a survival mechanism. The most common reason people hate crowded places is a trait called sensory processing sensitivity, often found in highly sensitive people, or HSPs. For these individuals, the brain's filter is more permeable. In a crowd, you aren't just seeing people. You are processing a chaotic symphony of smells, overlapping conversations, physical proximity, and even the emotional energy of strangers. While a typical brain can tune out the background noise, your brain is trying to analyze everything at once. This leads to sensory overload. Your nervous system goes into red alert, and the exhaustion you feel isn't mental, it's physiological. You are literally running out of processing power. Psychologically, our sense of self is tied to our personal space. In a crowd, your physical and psychological boundaries are constantly being violated. In social psychology, this is known as a threat to personal autonomy. When you are packed into a crowd, you lose the ability to control your movements and your environment. You are forced to move at the speed of the mass. For a leader of yourself, this loss of control is deeply unsettling. Your brain perceives the crowd not as a group of individuals, but as a single, unpredictable organism that could crush your independence at any moment. There is also the element of emotional contagion. Many people who avoid crowds are subconsciously empathetic. They pick up the stress, anxiety, or frantic energy of the people around them. When you are in a dense group, you are being hit by a tidal wave of external emotions. If you are someone who values internal peace, this emotional noise is painful. You stay home or avoid busy places not because you dislike people, but because you are protecting your own emotional frequency from being drowned out by the collective chaos. From an evolutionary standpoint, hating crowded places was once a survival advantage. In the wild, being surrounded by a large number of unknown individuals was a high-risk situation. People who remain crowd-averse today often have a highly active amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for detecting threats. You are more vigilant. You are scanning for exits. You are aware of everyone's position. This hypervigilance is exhausting, but it's your brain's way of keeping you safe. You aren't broken. You are just highly aware. If you prefer the quiet path or the empty park over the bustling city center, embrace it. Your aversion to crowds is a filter that allows you to focus on what truly matters: deep connection, clear thought, and internal sovereignty. You don't need to disappear into the masses to be part of the world. Sometimes, the best way to lead yourself is to step out of the crowd and walk your own path in the silence. If you are someone who avoids crowds at all costs, leave a mountain emoji in the comments. It represents the peace and perspective that can only be found away from the noise. Subscribe for more deep dives into the human mind. Remember, your space is your sanctuary.